What is going on, people? I am back today on a Tuesday. If you saw my other Tuesday video, you know why I'm here. If not, I'm here for Terror Tuesday. This is where I'm, going to tell you about a few horror movies that you might want to watch. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Anyways, I'm going to give you three movies that I think you should at least check out if you haven't already. Two of these I'm sure most people have seen. This first one, maybe not as many people. So, this one here, it's about a ghost that cuts, I don't want to say cuts people's tongues out because it's a ghost. But anyway, Dead Silence. It's about this one town, Ravens Fair. Long time ago, this one woman was convicted of murder, and the townspeople ended up pretty much killing her. And her spirit supposedly, I don't know, went into all these dolls that she had. She had, I don't want to say I guess mannequins. She didn't have any kids. She just had these mannequins. So supposedly the ghost of this woman went into these. One of the locals' wives ended up getting murdered, and they said it had something to do with this Mary Shaw. So pretty much he is on the hunt to see what this whole story is about, what's going on. They say that if you see this ghost, don't scream because she'll, one, kill you or cut out your tongue and then kill you. Anyway, I remember there was some scenes in this movie that, definitely made me jump. There was one scene that kind of reminded me of, if you ever saw The Grudge, when the girl puts her head up into the closet and that ghost is like right there when she turns. Well, there's a scene in this crawl space. I don't want to give it away too much, but the crawl space scene is rather disturbing. But there is a couple twists in this movie. I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, I'd say check it out. I'd probably give it a 5 out of 9.5. This one, I remember, was definitely different for me. I remember watching this when I was young. I mean, like 10 years old. It's by Wes Craven. It's got the one kid from the Mighty Ducks in it, the kid Jesse. And it's People Under the Stairs. The little kid Jesse, ends up going to this one house and finding this girl there. And he notices, she's kind of, I don't want to say locked in her room, but she pretty much doesn't go out, and he kind of befriends her, and he finds out that the parents of this girl are like crazy people. And he ends up one time sneaking into the house, and the girls tell him all these stories that if they catch you, they'll kill you kind of deal. Not like call the cops, they'll literally like kill you. And he finds out, he gets caught, and he gets thrown into the basement. And this is why I never wanted to go in the basement when I was younger, because supposedly this couple would take these kids, adopt these boys, and if they didn't listen, would like do crazy stuff to them. Like one would get their tongues cut off so they couldn't talk anymore. But anyway, they have all these young kids or young boys in the basement on this other side of this wall. And it was very creepy because you just hear them and see their faces and everything. They don't look right. And he ends up trying to save this girl from this family. He brings his uncle or something, and the uncle ends up getting killed. And at the end of the movie, it's pretty much him trying to save this girl from these crazy ass parents. And I remember this movie scared the crap out of me when I was really young. And like I said, after watching this, I never wanted to go in the basement. This one is up there. This one I put probably 7.5, 8. And this one here is by far my favorite vampire movie. I'm sure most of you have seen it. If you haven't, it's a must watch, I think. Especially if you like the whole scary vampire deal. Stars Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, Kiefer Sutherland, and it's The Lost Boys. the two brothers and the mom end up moving into this one town in California, and pretty much they notice stuff is different, stuff is strange. The younger kid, played by Corey Haim, ends up meeting these two brothers, the Frog Brothers, one played by Corey Feldman, and pretty much they tell him that this, I think it's Santa Clara, is filled with vampires. And then the older brother ends up meeting this girl, and stuff happens, and he ends up becoming a vampire. And the Frog Brothers are pretty much telling him the only way to get this curse off you is to kill the main vampire, the head honcho, that changed all these other people into vampires. And by the end of the movie, it's just humans against vampires in the craziest way. I remember the scenes in this kind of reminded me of like the one scene when they're getting the house ready is almost like a Home Alone type scene where they're getting this all set up for what's about to happen. Like I said, this is definitely one of the best vampire movies out there. I put it up there 9.5. I don't want to give it a full 9.5. I'll give it a 9. But definitely one of the better vampire movies that are out there. So those three were my picks this week for Terror Tuesday. I'm sure most of you have seen at least one of them. Hopefully Lost Boys. I know People Under the Stairs was kind of Wes Craven's other piece. I hear other stories on top of that one, or movies. And then the Dead Silence, I'm sure most people have seen it. But hopefully you like my picks. Let me know what you think. Comment if you've seen them or what you think of the movies. Personal message me if you want to see me do other movies on a Terror Tuesday. And I have my fan page, I got my group page, I got my Twitter page, that I'll put all those links on the bottom. And until later, or until next time, I'll see you.